Hello, today we'll be talking about Marowak, the evolution of Cubone who evolves at level 28. However, Cubone in the Alola region only evolve at night. If one wishes to consider Alolan Marowak as the 105th Pokémon, that version is the first Fire Ghost type Pokémon. Its previous BYC dates are June 10th, 1996, April 1st, 1999, January 20th, 2002, November 10th, 2004, September 1st, 2007, June 22nd, 2010, April 12th, 2013, and September 12th, 2021. I like Marowak's design, with his head being fully the skull instead of it just wearing one. I like that Alolan Marowak is reminiscent of a fire dancer, even though that doesn't make a lot of sense. I also love that its name is a reference to bone marrow. Let's get in the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we will be talking about Marowak, the Bone Keeper Pokemon. It was all one word before Gen 3, whose number is 0105. This is Marowak, this is what it looks like. This is Alolan Marowak, this is what it looks like. Types is non-Alolan Marowak is ground. As Alolan Marowak, it's Fire Ghost. Abilities, Rock Head or Lightning Rod as Marowak. Cursed Body or Lightning Rod as Alolan Marowak. Battle Armor is non-Alolan Marowak's hidden ability, and Rock Head is Alolan Marowak's hidden ability. Gender ratio is 50-50. Catch rate is 75 or 17.5%. Breeding is a group monster. Hatch time is 20 cycles. Height, as both forms, is 3'3" or 1 meter. As Marowak, it's 99.2 pounds or 45 kilograms. As Alolan Marowak, it's 75 pounds or 34 kilograms. Its experience yield is 124 in the first 4 gens, 149 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium fast. EV yield 2 in both in defense. Shape is that. Footprint is that. Pokedex color is brown, other forms may have other colors, and base friendship is 70. Marowak is a ground-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. It evolved from Cubone starting at level 28. In Alola, Marowak is a dual-type Fire Ghost regional form. It evolves from Cubone when leveled up at night, starting at level 28. All Cubone and Alola evolve into this form regardless of their origin. Biology. Marowak is a bipedal Pokemon with light brown skin and a cream-colored underside. 2 small claws, one on each hand, serves as its thumbs, and 1 large nail on each foot makes up its toes. It has a short tail with a small spike near the tip. Marowak's head is composed of the skull it once wore as a mask. It can no longer remove the skull, which has become part of its body. The skull has 2 pointed spikes on the back, similar to ears, and tiny nostrils on the tip of the snout. Marowak's triangular brown eyes are also located in the skull. Marowak is well known for its ferocity with its bone club, which it is said to collect from a hidden graveyard. Despite its small size, Marowak's body is as sturdy as armor. Upon evolution, Marowak has overcome the grief of its mother's passing. Now ferocious and violent, Marowak is an adept combatant that uses the bone it carries as a weapon and a boomerang. Having evolved, it seeks vengeance on its natural enemy Mandibuzz, which prey on Cubone because of its naturally weak and timid demeanor. Marowak has also been recorded pounding on boulders with the bone club it carries to tap out messages to others. It lives in mountains to test its skills. As mentioned in Pokemon Sleep, Marowak is known to sleep while using its bones, similar to a pillow, possibly being at peace. On occasion, it is seen affectionately holding onto the bone while sleeping. Aww. Marowak in its pre-evolved form Cubone are the only known Pokemon capable of learning the moves Bone Club and Boomerang. Marowak and Cubone are also the only known Pokemon capable of using the Thick Club item. In Gen 2 and 3, Bone Rush was another one of their signature moves. Forms, Marowak has a regional form Alolan Marowak. In the Alola region, Marowak was faced with an abundance of its natural enemies, Grass-type Pokemon. This harsh environment led it to bond closely with its friends, which is said to have created a sort of sixth sense and caused it to take a new form. Alolan Marowak's body is black and it has pale gray eyes. There is a dark flame-like mark on its skull between the eyes. Compared to the regular Marowak's squatter, thicker body, Alolan Marowak is relatively thin. White markings resembling shoulder blades, vertebrae, and hip bones are visible on its back. The bone Alolan Marowak uses is longer than the one regular Marowak uses, customarily mourns its companions by burying them and dancing in mourning. Aww. Alolan Marowak rubs the bone it wields against its forehead to light the ends in a green flame and then twirls the flaming bone. It specializes in an attack where it releases a weak ball of flame from its bone that will relentlessly pursue its foe. Alolans would fear it for a conjurer due to its rarity and the fearful sight of it dancing with its bone. The dance is also used as a way of mourning for its lost allies. Once its flames have spread onto an opponent, they are impossible to put out with water. The flames are known to cause both mental and physical pain. A special Alolan Marowak in Alola serves as the totem Pokemon for the Wella Volcano Park's Island Challenge. This Marowak possesses an energy that originates from ultra wormholes, which takes the form of a golden, flaring aura. This energy is called Z-Power. Alolan Marowak is the only Pokemon capable of learning the move Shadow Bone. Evolution. Marowak evolves from Cubone, and Alola Marowak has a regional form that evolves from Cubone. Cubone to Marowak, Cubone to Alola Marowak. Game data, NPC appearances, Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Fire Red, and Leaf Green. Marowak was killed by agents of Team Rocket, leaving a Cubone as an orphan. With the Sylph Scope, her ghost could be seen in Pokemon Tower. Marowak cannot be caught in this battle, dodging all Pokeballs, even when incapacitated by status conditions, like sleep and freeze. After fainting in a battle, a message will pop up saying that Marowak's soul has finally moved on to the afterlife. Aww. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Marowak's ghost appears in the same capacity it did in previous iterations of the Gen 1 games, however, it is not battled. Instead, it is calmed by the presence of its son, Cubone. Aww. It should be using her instead of it. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time and Explorers of Darkness. Marowak runs a training dojo the same way Makuhita had one in the first series. Aww. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Marowak reappears in Super Mystery Dungeon, his dojo having crumbled and subsequently being put out of business. He is recruited once the player connects with Makuhita. Aww. Pokedex entries in Gen 1. The bone it holds is its key weapon. It throws the bone skillfully like a boomerang to KO targets. Yellow. Small and weak, this Pokemon is adept with its bone club. It has grown more vicious over the ages. Stadium. Originally a small and weak Pokemon, it became rough and aggressive when it began using bones as weapons. Gen 2, Gold. It has been seen pounding boulders with the bone it carries in order to tap out messages to others. Silver. It collects bones from an unknown place. A Marowak graveyard exists somewhere in the world, rumors say. Crystal. Somewhere in the world is a cemetery just for Marowak. It gets its bones from those graves. This is the first time Stadium 2 is not the same as Gold's. Stadium 2 is Silver's this time. Huh, wasn't expecting that. In Gen 3, Ruby and Sapphire. Marowak is the evolved form of a Cubone that has overcome its sadness at the loss of its mother and grown tough. This Pokemon's tempered and hardened spirit is not easily broken. So this is the first one, at least in English, that introduced the mother aspect, the loss getting over its mother, which is very interesting. That wasn't until Gen 3. Emerald. A Marowak is the evolved form of a Cubone that has grown tough by overcoming the grief of losing its mother. Its tempered and hardened spirit is not easily broken. Fire Red. It is small and was originally very weak. Its temperament turned ferocious when it began using bones. Leaf Green is red and blue. In Gen 4, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. From its birth, this savage Pokemon constantly holds bones. It is skilled in using them as weapons. Heart Gold is Gold's. Soul Silver is very close to Silver's, but slightly different, so we'll read it. It collects bones from an unknown place. Some whisper that a Marowak graveyard exists somewhere in the world. The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Diamond, Pearl, and Platinums. Gen 6, X is Fire Reds. Y's is Red, Blue, and Leaf Greens. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the Ruby and Sapphire counterpart. In Gen 7, for non-Alolan Marowak and Sun. Originally, it was weak and timid. After evolution, its temperament becomes violent, and it begins to wield bones as weapons. Moon. This Pokemon is out for vengeance against its natural enemy, Mandibuzz. It throws bones like boomerangs to try to take it down. Ultra Sun. It throws bones at Mandibuzz to knock it down. It's thought that Marowak is trying to avenge its parent. Ultra Moon. They thump their bones rhythmically to communicate among themselves. There are nearly 50 different rhythmic patterns. Let's Go games are basically yellows, but Bone Club is now a lowercase. For Alolan Marowak in Sun. The bone it possesses were once its mother's. Its mother's regrets have become like a vengeful spirit protecting this Pokemon. Moon. Its custom is to mourn its lost companions. Mounds of dirt by the side of the road mark the graves of the Marowak. Aww. Ultra Sun. The rich greenery of the Alola region is hard on Marowak. It controls fire to stay alive. Ultra Moon. When it beats opponents with its bones, the cursed flames spread to them. No amount of water will stop those flames from burning. In the Let's Go games, it has transformed the spirit of its dear departed mother into flames, and tonight it will once again dance in mourning of others of its kind. In Gen 8, in Sword, this Pokemon overcame its sorrow to evolve a sturdy new body. Marowak faces its opponents bravely using a bone as a weapon. Shield. When this Pokemon evolved, the skull of its mother fused to it. Marowak's temperament also turned vicious at the same time. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. The bones it uses have been in its possession since it was born. It has a ferocious nature. For Alolan Marowak in Sword, This Pokemon sets the bone it holds on fire and dances through the night as a way to mourn its fallen allies. A shield. The cursed flames that light up the bone carried by this Pokemon are said to cause both mental and physical pain that will never fade. Oh, here we got Marowak in the Alola Pokedex, and we got Alolan Marowak in the Alola Pokedex. Game locations. Side game locations. Held items. Pokemon caught in Gen 1 must be traded to a Gen 2 game in order for a held item to appear. Red, blue, and yellow. You get a gold leaf 100% of the time. Gold, silver, and crystal, you get a thick club 2% of the time. Fire, red, and leaf green, you get a thick club 5% of the time. Pokemon XD, Gales of Darkness, you get a thick club 100% of the time. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black, White, X, and Y, you get a thick club 5% of the time. Stats, base stats, Marowak, HP 60, attack 80, defense 110, special attack 50, special defense 80, speed 45, for a total of 425. This Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 50. Alolan Marowak has the same stats. Pokemon stats. Type effectiveness, Marowak is damaged normally by normal, fighting, flying, ground, bug, ghost, steel, fire, psychic, dragon, dark, and fairy. The only ones that stay are flying, psychic, and dragon. Alolan Marowak is damaged normally by flying, electric, psychic, and dragon. Marowak is weak to water, grass, and ice for double, while Alolan Marowak is weak to ground, rock, ghost, water, and dark for double. Non-Alolan Marowak is immune to electric, while Alolan Marowak is immune to normal and fighting. Marowak is resistant to poison and rock for half, while Alolan Marowak is resistant to poison, bug, steel, fire, grass, ice, and fairy, all for half except for bug, which is a fourth. In the Marowak box here, we've got notes. If this Pokemon is given a ring target and its ability is not Lightning Rod, the effectiveness of electric-type moves is 1. So it go from 0 to 1. In the Alolan Marowak box, notes. If Foresight or Odor Sleuth is used by an opponent, the opponent has Scrappy, or this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of normal type moves is 1, so it would go from 0 to 1, and the effectiveness of fighting type moves is 1, so it would also go from 0 to 1. If this Pokemon has Lightning Rod, the effectiveness of electric type moves is 0. Learn Set by leveling up for Marowak will go down to 28. 31, Bone Rush, 36 Focus Energy, 42 Endeavor, 48 Bone Meringue, 54 Thrash, and 60 Double Edge. For Alolan Marowak, we'll start with this Evo here, and then go down to 28. Upon evolution, you get Shadow Bone, 31 Bone Rush, 36 Will-O-Wisp, 42 Endeavor, 48 Bone Meringue, 54 Thrash, and 60 Flare Blitz. We're skipping by TM/TR for Marowak here. Yep. Okay. Because Alolan Marowak is a different type, we're gonna read it. 0 Mega Punch, 1 Mega Kick, 3 Fire Punch, 5 Thunder Punch, 8 Hyper Beam, 9 Giga Impact, 13 Fire Spin, 15 Dig, 16 Screech, 21 Rest, 22 Rock Slide, 23 Thief, 24 Snore, 25 Protect, 27 Icy Wind, 31 Attract, 32 Sandstorm, 33 Rain Dance, 34 Sunny Day, 38 Will-O-Wisp, 39 Facade, 40 Swift, 43 Brick Break, 44 Imprison, 48 Rock Tomb, 59 Fling, 76 Round, 77 Hex, 79 Retaliate, 81 Bulldoze, 94 False Swipe, 97 Brutal Swing, 98 Stomping Tantrum. For the TRs, 0 Swords Dance, 1 Body Slam, 2 Flamethrower, 5 Ice Beam, 6 Blizzard, 7 Low Kick, 8 Thunderbolt, 9 Thunder, 10 Earthquake, 13 Focus Energy, 15 Fire Blast, 20 Substitute, 24 Outrage, 26 Endure, 27 Sleep Talk, 31 Iron Tail, 33 Shadow Ball, 35 Uproar, 36 Heat Wave, 46 Iron Defense, 55 Flare Blitz, 58 Dark Pulse, 64 Focus Blast, 67 Earth Power, 74 Iron Head, 75 Stone Edge, 76 Stealth Rock, 83 Ally Switch, and 95 Throat Chop. Okay, we're skipping by breeding. By tutoring, Marowak. In the expansion pass of Sword and Shield, you can get Scorching Sands, which is a special ground-type move, power 70, accuracy 100, and PP is 10. For Alolan Marowak, you can get, in the same expansion pass, Burning Jealousy, Poltergeist, and Scorching Sands. Get nothing by prior evolution. By transfer from another generation for Marowak, you get 3 to 7 Aerial Ace. 1 you get Bide, that doesn't work anymore. 1 to 7 you get Bone Club, that doesn't work anymore. 1 you get Bubble Beam. 4 you get Captivate, that doesn't work anymore. 5 through 7 you get Chip Away, that doesn't work anymore. 6 and 7 you get Confide. 1 and 3 you get Counter. 1 through 7 you get Double Team. 2 and 3 you get Dynamic Punch. 5 through 7 you get Echoed Voice. 1 you get Fissure. 3, 4, 6, and 7 you get Focus Punch. 2 through 7 you get Frustration, that doesn't work anymore. 4 you get Fury Cutter. 2 through 7 you get Hidden Power, that doesn't work anymore. 5 and 6 you get Incinerate. 4 through 7 you get Knock Off. 7 you get Laser Focus. 1 and 3 you get Mimic. 4, you get Natural Gift, that doesn't work anymore. 6, you get Power Up Punch. 1 through 7, you get Rage, that doesn't work anymore. 2 through 7, you get Return, that doesn't work anymore. 2, 5, and 6, you get Rock Smash. 3, 4, 6, you get Secret Power, that doesn't work anymore. 1, 3, and 7, you get Seismic Toss. 3, from an event, you get Sing. 5 through 7, you get Smackdown. 1, 2, 5, and 6, you get Strength. 1, you get Submission. 2 through 7, you get Swagger. 1, you get Takedown. 1 through 7, you get Toxic. And 1, you get Water Gun. Alola Marowak, just from 7, because that's its first generation, so obviously it has to be from that one. Aerial Ace, Bone Club, that doesn't work anymore. Confide, Double Team, Dream Meter, Echoed Voice, Flame Charge, Focus Punch, Frustration, and Hidden Power, they don't work anymore. Knockoff, Laser Focus, Pain Split, Rage, that doesn't work anymore, neither does Return. Seismic Toss, Smackdown, Spite, Swagger, and Toxic. We got a new box. It's by transfer, only via prior evolution. I guess this is what it got from Cubone in 7, but gets transferred into this, I guess, in 8 or something. Okay, anyway, 1, Bide, that doesn't work anymore. 1, Bubble Beam. 4, Captivate, that doesn't work anymore. 5 through 7, Chip Away, that doesn't work anymore. 1 and 3, you get Counter. 2 and 3, you get Dynamic Punch. 1, you get Fissure. 4, you get Fury Cut. 5 and 6, you get Incinerate. 1 and 3, you get Mimic. 4, you get Natural Gift, that doesn't work anymore. 6, you get Power Up Punch. 2, 5, and 6, you get Rock Smash. 3, 4, and 6, you get Secret Power, that doesn't work anymore. 1, 2, 5, and 6, you get Strength. And 1, you get Submission, Takedown, and Water Gun. Side game data, Marowak. This. Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure, in the Pokepark pad entry. Marowak are seen in the Gamer Zone and Granite Zone. Blaziken's Boulder Bash is their favorite attraction. Got all this. Yep, Alolan Marowaks. Stuff. Costumes in Pokemon Go, the Kempasu Chill Crown. I'm assuming it has something to do with Day of the Dead. Evolution data, Cubone, level 28 outside of Alola, Marowak, level 28 in Alola at night. You get Alolan Marowak. So sprites here. Okay, that is much different than I was expecting. I mean, it's got the basics, but it's a lot, cuter? I don't know if it's, you say cuter, but certainly, not what I was expecting. Certainly not the face bone that we'd get later on. Okay, it has a lot more prominent spikes in the back sprite. Yeah. Skull is a little different in this one. Bone is a lot chubbier, gets thinner, becomes double-sided. Maybe it still is double-sided, but it's more obviously double-sided in yellows. Obviously, a lot of this changes. It's much more of the basics that we know today. The double-edged tail there, and spikes not really being all that obvious. Of course, this back sprite does not work with this one at all. Also, this kind of suggests that the pieces are not all one skull, like it would be later implied. That's interesting. Kind of almost looks like an armadillo. Gen 2 in gold. You got this. So this is much more familiar, you know. Not quite there. We'll get that in silver as we get the sort of thinner nose, I guess. Same with crystals. Then we got, so it's a brown with brown, you know, lighter brown. This is green, lighter green. Yep. The bone is one-sided. Well, it's two-sided in silver. It's back to one-sided in crystal. Yeah, the tails are much more obvious. The forked like that. See, its thumb and its finger and all that. Its toe still remains the same from its pre-evolution. That's pretty cool. Gen 3, you get the... Oh, yeah, that's right. It becomes a tail with a spike, doesn't it? Yes, and it loses all the other spikes that it once had. That's right. It's not a forked one. It's just, it's one with a spike. It looks like it's forked, but it's not actually. Yeah, so get this brown, sort of peach color belly, like it's like the other one. Oh, get the red eyes. Did the other one have red eyes? I don't think so. I think red eyes are new for this evolution. Yes. Got the green is a little different. It's now much more unified, sort of a whitish, maybe a cream color. Off-white, I guess. It's a little thinner than these guys. It kind of slowly gets thinner, I guess. Yeah, probably more streamlined. In Gen 4, you get the much, I think, more iconic sort of skull, you know, this more pointed one, I guess. These probably change. Oh, yeah, these little stubs also change. They form differently. These are a little bit different. You can clearly see, yeah, it's part of its mouth. It's not as obvious in these ones that the skull is literally, it has the mouth of the Marowak now. Somehow, I don't know how that's even possible, but sure. The bone is now universally like a full bone. You can see that here and here, and a little bit in the sprites. And it does its little animation. The green is a little brighter here. You can see that, more yellow. Yep. Yep. Yeah, and that just stays the same. You get the full back sprite. You get to see the little spike a little bit easier. Gen 6. You get the models. Pretty good models, I'd say. Yeah, got the little spike. Yeah, it is all the faithful things you need. Becomes the simpler skull again. It's interesting. So then you got a lowland, so it becomes a sort of purple, and that is, wow, that is actually like, huh. It is really thin compared to this one, huh? It's longer arms too, I think. See that, and then yeah, it's sort of a different purple body, like a indigo body maybe. Then you get to see all the markings that are different. Yep. So you get the Let's Go games. Got that. Most of which is the same, but of course there's this big star in their skull as well. Home. You got all that. It's the lighter green again, I think. Should maybe have just gone to the lighter green. Probably when we went to these, they probably got lighter. Yeah, this became more the cream color. That's kind of more the, still kind of the yellow. And then there's the, the Marowaks. In the anime, Marowak in the anime. Lowland Marowak in the anime. That's pretty cool. Oh, so skinny. Okay. For Pokedex entries, for this first one, I've already recorded it for the anime section, so let Dex read it.
Marowak, a bonekeeper Pokemon. Despite its small size, its offensive and defensive strength is impressive.
In Sun and Moon, episode 34, in the Rotom Pokedex, Marowak, a lowland form, a fire and ghost type. The bone Marowak holds is precious to it and its greatest weapon. It uses the bone as a torch to unleash its attack. Pokemon Origins, got Marowak in Pokemon Origins. Gotcha, I guess, Evolutions, okay, in the manga. Marowak in Pokemon Adventures, and then Alola Marowak in Pokemon Adventures. Got a few of them, looks like. Yep. Okay. Pokemon Zensho, I guess, in the TCG. Music. This is a list of music associated with Marowak in the Pokemon games. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. During the Marowak Dojo's training mazes. Song is Marowak Dojo, composition unknown, and arrangement unknown. In Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. During the cutscenes in Kyoi's Trial, where a group of Alolan Marowak perform their dance. The song is Kyoi's Trial by Hitomi Sato. The Let's Go games, during the cutscene in which Ghost Marowak in Pokemon Tower reunites with her son, Cubone's mother. Composed by Junichi Masuda, Go Ichinose, and Shota Kagayama. Arrangement by Shota Kagayama. Trivia: in the Pokemon Red and Blue Beta, Marowak was originally known as Guardia. This is the Spanish word for guardian. According to some of Marowak's Gen 2 and 4 Pokedex entries, somewhere exists a legendary Marowak graveyard. This is a reference to the Elephant Graveyard of modern myth. Alolan Marowak is the only dual-type Pokemon that shares no types with its pre-evolution. Alolan Marowak is the only ghost-type Pokemon in the Monster Egg group, the 5th and 6th points we read yesterday. Origin: Marowak is reptilian in nature and may be loosely based on bipedal dinosaurs. It also could be based on primitive cultures that wore bones for decoration and used them for weapons. The use of its bones as a boomerang and as a weapon at the same time seems to be a reference to the boomerang's original use for hunting in indigenous Australian cultures. Alolan Marowak's design may draw inspiration from a fire dancer holding a fire staff or a fire knife, a Samoan traditional dance implement. It may have also drawn inspiration from the Polynesian concept of mana, a spiritual essence that exists in all objects and people. It also allows people to imbue their spirit into other people and objects for protection or vengeance. In addition, Alolan Marowak may have been inspired by night marchers, ghosts from Hawaiian mythology that march at night, are feared by the living, and traditionally are known for carrying torches as they march. Name origin: Marowak may be a combination of marrow and whack. I think so. Gara Gara may be derived from Gara Gara onomatopoeia for heavy clattering, contrasting the Kara Kara onomatopoeia for light clattering in Cubone's Japanese name. In other languages, related articles, references, external links to the Alolan forms, and the totem Pokemon, that's cool, That's new. Let's move on. Now let's see Marowak's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 73, Bad to the Bone. In this episode, Ash Ketchum is on his way to the Indigo League battle, like big competition. And he runs into Otoshi here, a trainer, and he has challenged Ash to a battle. Yes. Ash is with his friends, Brock and Misty, and Pikachu.
I choose Marowak!
Bulbasaur, I choose you!
There's the Bulbasaur. And there's the Marowak. Okay, so that's Marowak's first scene in the anime. Now let's see Marowak's scene in Detective Pikachu. Hello and welcome to the Detective Pikachu portion of the video, or as I like to call it, Detective Marowak, as this is only the frames with Marowak. In the film, Tim Kootman, the main character, has met Detective Pikachu talking Pikachu. And they are investigating something called the Argas. They've come to this film studio to meet with Lucy Stevens, a reporter for the news. This is Howard Clifford, the founder of Rhyme City, the city they're in right now, and his son, Roger Clifford, the owner of the news. They're announcing the 10th anniversary parade. There is a Marowak on the screen in the background here, like a silhouette of it. Yes.
Chip. And yourself.
Okay. And so so this is them after it. He's like telling him to shut up. They don't have really a great relationship. Yeah. And that one, okay. And this scene, yeah, they're meeting, and she's like saying how he found a Pokemon partner, but he never wanted one, so like he's kind of denying it at this point. So yeah, that's all of them. So let's move on. Now let's see why people love Marowak. Hello and welcome to the community post section of the video. Someone responded to another one of these, so we're gonna read it. So this is, what do you love about Marowak? For this question, you can answer with Alolan or non-Alolan Marowak. So once again, number 1 Drizile fan has responded. Thank you again. So Gen 2 Marowak has pretty bad stats all around, but with Thick Club, it's one of the hardest hitting swords dancers. Alolan Marowak is just cool, it doesn't need any justification. Okay, that's very good. I like this. Very technical, I don't really know much about the, you know, meta, about the stats and stuff, so I like this answer. Let's move on. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so we're looking at Demon art. Fan art. For those of you not familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Marowak. So first we've got Marowak mirrored by Chamberella. So we've done one of these a long time ago with some of the other Alolan forms, but here we've got Marowak and then Alolan Marowak. That's fun. You get to see there are 2 different environments. Yeah, it looks like in the Marowak graveyard here. That's interesting. Then we got Alolan Marowak by Mocha Riced Tea. So this is this nice image here. That's kind of fun. See the blue flames and the darkness and all of that. Then we got 105 Marowak by Odd Socket. So it says number 105 Marowak here. So this fun stylized version of Marowak. That's kind of cool. This is not a Marowak, so we'll continue. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight, as I need to wait until I talk about Snorlax to evolve Cubone into Marowak. As for Alolan Marowak, I'll have to wait until I've talked about the Gen 7 Pokemon to get back to that one. Tomorrow we talk about Hitmonlee. As always, this isn't my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.